Hi, y'all. This is Rob. I've chosen to assemble all the vlogs I took from mid 2018 to mid 2019. These were made when I found out that my father was sick with esophageal cancer, and I had to come to grips with a lot of real intense stuff. And during that time, I did a lot of documenting of my thoughts and kind of sharing about what actually was happening in my life. So I assembled them all, and I'm presenting them here for anybody that wants to see them for any reason. Perhaps it'll be good for my family to see. Perhaps it's just a good document for me to have to remember a time that was beautiful and terrible and shaped me into a better person through serious adversity. My dad was really special, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life to be there for him and watch him as he got closer to death. So, with that being said, this is very long. I think it's about 2.5 hours worth of vlogs, and you can skip through it if you want, or watch the whole thing if you like. Anyhow, without further ado, this is the Dad Diaries. Yo, IGTV. This is vlog number 2. How do you do? Yeah, just having a crappy day. Can you relate? Have you been there? I think we all have. Yeah, work is stressful, and we're understaffed. And I had not so much sleep last night. So there's someone close to me who's going through like some really harsh stuff, and there's nothing I can do. They, although they're close to my heart, they're far away, and so all I can really do is check in with them and that kind of thing. And it's been like, it's been difficult. So yesterday, I was not doing well, and this person just stayed in my mind all day, and it was really just difficult. And so I got home, and I thought, I'll get some rest at least. There's always sleep. It's very therapeutic. You can rest and let go of everything. So I tried and I couldn't sleep, and I just kept thinking about this situation and this person, and then I finally fell asleep, and then I dreamed about this person and the situation, and it was not a very restful night. So then I woke up and got to work and found out that we're very understaffed on a super busy day, and encountered a bunch of not a bunch, the one very entitled customer, and almost lost it. We were out of something there was some sort of pluot. The nectar-plum that she really likes, and she looked and the display was empty, and she looked at me and she's like, "Oh my God, are you out? Don't tell me you're out." And I said, I'm sorry, ma'am, we might be out. Let me check in the back and see. I'll check in the back in a few minutes and see if we have some more. And she said, "In a few minutes? now, run like the wind. And I was like, really? But I didn't say that. I just kind of like looked at her like, wow. And so I said, just give me 2 minutes and I'll make a list, as I gotta figure out what else we need from back there. Anyway, I almost lost my shit on her. And it's no coincidence that we had a wine tasting next door in the annex, and she was drunk, and so what do I expect, right? But it was difficult, and I'm on lunch now. I'm about to head back to work, and I'm not excited about it, but you know, what are you gonna do? That's life, and you just suck it up and keep going. In some ways, I'm happy for work because it's like keeps me distracted from this giant crap going on with my loved one, and I can't. So it gives me something to do rather than obsess about this. And I love my job, and I love, I love most everything about it. And although it's difficult, I'm super grateful, and I live like 10 minutes away on my bicycle, and I've bonded with the community, and I'm a good part of a lot of people's day. When they come in, they smile and chat, and it's all good. It's just, I'm sure everybody can relate. Everybody works and everybody has crappy days, so I'm not saying anything that is that special. But it's just where I'm at. So if I'm gonna be vlogging about where I'm at, this is where I'm at. Today's work day sucks. But it's probably gonna be better when I get back. It's the second half of the day. It's Saturday. So we're super busy, but Saturday night it mellows out a little bit usually. So I'll see how it goes, and I'll hang tough. What else is there to do? And I'll probably have a happier topic next time. Maybe, I don't know. Shit is intense right now. That's so I don't know, but it doesn't matter. This is where I'm at. If you're at Sunset, the Sunset Camp Out, good for you. Enjoy. I hope you're having a great time. I heard something about evacuations because of the fire, but I don't know, because I've only heard that from one person, and I haven't seen anything online about it. In any case, and hope you all are enjoying your summer and doing some cool stuff in the sun and having fun and all that stuff. And I will check in soon. I like talking, so I'll probably just keep talking. I'll turn this IGTV thing on again probably tomorrow or soon. Anyway, peace out. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Boop. Yo. Instagram. IGTV, what's up? Hey, good morning. I'm over here at, let's take this off. You can see my gray hair. See how old I am. I'm over here at Catahoula Coffee. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Catahoula Coffee in Richmond. It's nice. They have good coffee. Good morning. It's Monday, July 30th. And I am alive. It is weird. It's weird around here. Because the fire's, I guess, in Redding. Not exactly sure. The fires up in Northern California are causing the skies to be really orangish, and it's a strange visual. And yeah, it's strange to wake up and look out and see just like this weird tint. Anyhow, yeah, I figured today I would talk about all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I was being vague before. I was trying to be vague about, a loved one of mine is going through this hard time and blah 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 blah. But truthfully, it's my father, and he has cancer. It's esophageal cancer, and it's 4th stage, and he's doing well. He's in chemotherapy, and eating right, and has a great attitude, and he's doing as well as someone with stage 4 cancer can be doing. Now, that being said, I've said it before, but he really hates it when people call him up or text him or Facebook message him or whatever, expressing their worry and sadness and all this stuff. Which is why I've hesitated to say anything about it. But, it's just... I trust you guys. You don't... And I think that you'll... if you're somehow connected to him online or via text or whatever, that you'll leave him alone, because it's not helpful for him or me or anything. And I feel like I need to talk about it, because I need to talk about it. It's driving me fucking crazy. It's hard. When someone is in this, I don't know about other situations, but with my dad being in this situation right now, all I can think of is that I need to say the things to him that are important. That are important to say to someone who might not be around for much longer to say them to. And when this person is your father, and you were their son, and this situation comes up, it's overwhelming. I don't know what I should say, I feel like I try to talk about the important, heavy stuff with him, but he also doesn't want that. He also wants to feel somewhat normal and bullshit about politics and music and watch dumb TV shows and all the stuff that just makes his life, and so I'm torn, and every time I hang out, I feel like, oh man, I should be saying something meaningful and important, but I don't know what that is, so I just hang out. We talk and play music. I played some guitar for him a while back, and that was fun. That was really cool. But yeah, so this situation is dominating me. It's all I can really think about. Everything else has become so small, Even dating, or whatever you want to call whatever I've been doing, is nothing now, and I don't know. This is probably just like a temporary phase, but right now I'm not drawn to dating at all, and I when I see someone attractive, there's the little spark of like, oh, wow, cute, or attractive, nice body, or beautiful smile, or eyes, or whatever, there's that. And then immediately that is leapfrogged by, oh no, that's just trouble. And like, how, what are you gonna have to do to make that person interested, and what kind of stuff do you need to, what are they looking for, and how would you fit into their scheme of what they're looking for? And it all just seems like too much work right now. I'm lucky. I have 2 children, beautiful kids. They're not kids anymore, in their mid-20s, and I love them very much. And I had them with a beautiful woman, inside and out, who I cared and care for very deeply, and I'm over the moon with happiness that I had my kids, that we had kids together, because she's a great person, a great mom, and all that. But relationships go their way, and ours went our way. I went my way and she went hers, and it was good. And I was together with her for 7 years, and got those kids and co-parented. We've been co-parenting since then. And then I had another relationship, the beautiful, intelligent young lady, and we were together for 13 years. 13 years. I'll drink to that. 13 years. It was good. It was good, and it was bad, and it was beautiful, and it was weird, and it was all sorts of stuff. I can't get into it too much because that just wouldn't be cool. But we went our own separate ways too, eventually. I think I was kicking and screaming myself. But yeah, it's taken me a while to get over that. And I think I'm mostly over it now. So that's 20 years of being monogamous, 13 and 7. And outside of that, I've tried to get some things going, and it always just feels like I'm trying too hard, and things just don't. Things are not gelling in an organic way, and so it just doesn't work out. And so, for one way or another, either me or the other person involved realizes that it's not working, and then we go our separate ways, And as I've grown up, I've learned to be more kind about it to myself and to my exes or whatever, and just to realize it's not the end of the world, and that you don't have to hate this person, and in fact you can really love this person, and wish them well, and hope for the best for them, in most cases, unless there's some sort of stuff I'm dealing with that's all tied up in it. So I've gotten better at that, and it's been good. But right now, it's at 52. I'm dealing with this situation with my pop. and I'm having all this like reevaluations. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life trajectory right now, and I'm trying to set some goals. And I've never done that. I've never been one for goals, but I've been listening to some wise people talk about how important it is to set a course for yourself. Don't beat yourself up for not immediately jumping on course and making giant strides towards your goals, but a course is better than no course. And if I just float around with letting myself be blown around by the winds of whatever, if there's no course, then I'm just setting myself up for a big fall. I'm 52. My body and mind are in good shape right now. I don't have shit saved for money. That's something I need to really start thinking about, because soon my body won't be able to do the kinds of work that I've always been doing, which is manual labor. And I take pride in my manual labor, and I'm happy to be lifting boxes all day and doing that kind of stuff, because it just feels right. And ever since I was in the workforce, ever since I was like 17, started working, those are the times I felt most vital. Unloading a truck, I remember vividly looking back, this warehouse job I had where we opened up the truck, the back of the door, and boxes from the one side to the other, and I knew they were all heavy, and it felt good. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be in there getting sweaty, lifting stuff and moving it down here and carrying it away on a hand truck. And even saying that, it sounds goofy and like, is that what you aspire to? But I don't know. It's just always felt right for me. So right now I work in the produce department at my work, and I carry vegetables from the coolers to the outside, and I stock the vegetables and fruits, and that's the main part of my job. I also do customer service, and since I've been eating natural food for 30 years, I know the whole store, and I can answer a ton of questions, and I've worked in the vitamin department and all sorts of stuff. But it's the realistic part of me is like, yeah, you can do that for how long, and you're getting paid how much, and are you able to save any money? No. And what's happening down in Los Angeles with your family? Do they need you? Should you move down there and just change your trajectory? Is there somewhere in between? Is there somewhere that I can fit? Somewhere where I'm spending a lot of time down there and not giving up my complete life up here? And that's not even referring to being a DJ, which I love being a DJ and I'm good at it, but it's not going to get me anywhere. I mean, it might get me some places. I can play the occasional party with good friends, and I love that, and I'm not belittling it. And if that's your trajectory, cheers to you. I hope you fulfill your dreams. But I have just gotten frustrated. Self-promotion is not my forte. I am not good at it. I don't like it. I'm studying Buddhism, and it's all, and self-promotion is all about ego and like, oh, I'm the best, and And I can't do it anymore. I'm just tired of even trying. So I'm done with that. It's not like I'm done with DJing. Like, book me, yeah, I'll play. I like playing. I'm good, whatever. But it's just there's always been something in the back of my head where I would like hope and think, oh, you're good, and you're a great mixer and programmer, and you're learning how to work the EQ well, and and people like you, Stuart Smalley, and so I always thought like, oh, well, you can make something out of this, and I can't. There's other stuff. I want to travel. I want to be able to like be comfortable in my older years, in my later years, and I'm probably going to be by myself, and that's okay. And I think that's what I was talking about at first. It's like getting used to being by myself, and being okay with being by myself is that's my main goal. It's like I spent too many years longing for the attention of someone, and not enough years like realizing, hey, you're cool to be okay. You're cool and you're okay to be by yourself. So why not concentrate on that? Why not make your existence something worth living for, something worth enjoying, and so I've made like little strides towards that by concentrating on my diet, getting a nice bike because I love biking, and like it's healthy for me, and keeping my room clean. I've never been really good at keeping my room clean, and now since I've kind of changed my thinking about it, and I do it for myself because I want to be comfortable. I do it every morning. I wake up and I make my bed, and I pick up the wrappers of the stuff I ate. Like protein bar, cookie wrappers on the floor or something. But anyway, that's I'm not perfect. Whatever. I have late night munchie feeds. Not munchies though, because I'm still sober. Frickin' 7 months. I don't know how much longer I can go. Life is really fucking difficult, and I don't know how people deal with it. Right now, the only intoxicants I'm doing is coffee, and it's okay. I was completely sober for a while, and then I missed coffee. I missed coffee so much, and it was hard to do my work. But I mean, this is almost 20 minutes now, so I'm going to stop talking. I could talk forever. So if you listen to this whole thing, kudos to you. Congratulations for sitting through my rant. Maybe I won't leave this up. Maybe I won't put it up. I don't know. It's long. You guys have a good day, and I'll get back to you soon. All right? Hang tough. Don't worry about me. I'm good. I'm not good. I'm okay. Is anybody really good? If somebody says they're good, I think they're probably fooling themselves. Or maybe I should just talk about myself when I say I'm good. I'm not really good. I'm just dealing with everything, and I'm not going crazy or contemplating suicide. See, I'm good. I'm totally good. So I'm going to go to work, and I'm going to hang out, and I'm going to get veggies and fruits for people, and I'm going to be thankful for this beautiful, weird, overcast, sunny day, and enjoy my time in this body while it's here with this brain and this heart. And I will see you soon. Boop. Hey y'all, hey, it's Rob, and I just thought I'd say a few things about what's happening in my life recently and what's going on. So I got the news a while back that my father, who's 80, has esophageal cancer, and it has metastasized and moved down into his lungs, and it is a big deal, and it's something for me to to sit with and to process, and there's a lot going on with it, and coincidentally I had taken a break from smoking weed, pot, whatever you want to call it, for a couple weeks before I got the news. I was having some trouble sleeping, and I really enjoy smoking weed usually, but it does cause me insomnia sometimes, and along with other issues, like a laziness or lack of motivation, and lethargy, and all sorts of not so cool things. So I was taking a break, trying to get my sleep schedule back together, because it was really affecting me. And so I got the news 2 weeks into my break that my dad has cancer, and so I decided to continue my break, and maybe, who knows how long it'll be if I decide to come back. And I've taken breaks as long as 3 years before, and then came back, but my personality is kind of a stoner personality. I really do enjoy using it, and so what happens usually is I'll take a big break or a small break, and then I'll legitimize it in my brain. Well, I can probably smoke a little bit on the weekends during the night, and then that kind of moves into, well, maybe during the day too, on the weekends, as long as the weekend, and then eventually it'll go to well, after work, you could really use a toke. You could really use a bong hit or something to relax, and pretty soon I'm smoking before work and at lunch break and after work, and then it's just a rarity when I take a day off. So it's difficult for me to be moderate with it. So it's usually I am or I'm not. So I decided that this was a good time to not, because I'm dealing with some heavy stuff with my family, and it would be a good time to be clear-headed and face this stuff head on. And it sucks. It sucks. It's so hard. Today, let's see, today is 3 months and 2 days sober from weed, and I don't really drink alcohol. That's not really a problem, but I haven't been drinking alcohol either, or anything, any opiates or whatever. So I'm dealing with what's happening head on, and it's intense. And one thing I've been reflecting on is I'm having to walk this line between hopefulness and reality, or realism. And I have hope for my dad, because he's so feisty and strong, and I've seen him fight off all sorts of stuff, and I've seen him caregive for the family, for people hurting in the family for years and years, and just marvel at his strength and tenacity. And he's jumping, full into changing his diet and learning about and using alternative therapies, and just all that good stuff you want someone who's sick to be doing. And he has this great positive attitude, and so I have this hope in my mind. I'm hopeful things are okay. I went and visited him, and he was doing okay. He seemed okay, and he was taking care of business. But this hope has to be balanced with also a realism, an awareness of the reality of death, and that he is 80, and this is a life-threatening disease. It's an aggressive cancer, and there's a strong possibility that he won't be around that much longer. And so I find myself having to walk this tightrope of hope and realism, and try not to fall too far into either camp. And it's difficult. It's really difficult. I want to be super hopeful and positive and put worry aside and all that, but I also understand the impermanence of our bodies and his age and the aggressiveness of the disease, and even if he wins this battle against cancer, he's 80 years old, and there's not I can't see him being on, in his body that much longer, just because of age, and it's just the reality, and it's uncomfortable, and I don't like sitting with it. I don't like talking about it. It sucks. It just really sucks. And he's my dad, and he's the patriarch, and he's the breadwinner, and he's the caregiver, and he's everything that I've looked up to for as long as I've understood what kind of person it takes to take on those roles. So to be faced with the possibility of him, or the probability or the reality of his impermanence, it's really hard to deal with. And I have been one who has reveled in all sorts of hedonistic pleasures to spice up my life. I like to go to parties. I like to dance. I like to get high. I like to, chase women. I feel like I might be, in fact, I know I'm kind of immature in that way, perhaps. People will say, like, always keep your youth, and you're as young as you feel, and, it's cool to have a young spirit, and da-da-da. But as I sit more and more with what's happening, I'm feeling like I'm being propelled into, like, getting my shit together and growing up a little bit or a lot, and whether I like it or not, it's just this thing is happening, and I don't know too much more to say about it, but it's what's going on. And he's doing okay right now. I went and visited him, and he's strong, and he's motivated, and yeah, we're facing it, and I'm gonna just stay grounded and go forward, because there's not really nothing else to do, and it's hard. And today is the 3 months and 2 days sober, and I've stopped going to parties. I've stopped trying to DJ, like trying to get my name out there. I pulled off of Facebook. I just am feeling like nothing really matters as much as what's happening with my family. You know, people are asking me, are you going to go to this party? Are you going to go to that party? You know, are you DJing? Or, you know, I have a couple of DJing things still happening, but I'm almost ready to just throw in the towel on that, as they say. I think I'm good. I think I'm a really good DJ, and I can do it well. But the kind of things that are needed to be a working DJ, I don't find them inside of me. I don't have the motivation to promote myself. I don't want to be talking about myself and how good I am and posting my mixes all the time and trying to get people out to my parties. And you know, I used to have this illusion that, well, I'm good, and so people will you know, find me and hire me to DJ because I'm good. But that's not true. That's not the way it goes. And not maybe I am bitter a little bit about it, but I don't really feel bitter about it at this point. I'm just, it's okay. It's I was never gonna be like a world traveling DJ that was like, didn't need to have a day job, but yeah, I'm just changing my priorities and changing my focus, because there's no other things to do. There's nothing that matters as much right now as spending time with my family. So, you know, any weekends I have, or you know, any free time or vacation time, it's just gonna go to family until this smooths out, and then I feel like for some reason I can treat myself to some hedonism of some sort. But you know, the only thing I'm my self-indulgence right now is to bicycle. You know, I get a lot out of riding my bike, and I decided to buy a new bike because I'm finding it's really good therapy to ride, and might as well ride a nice bike, because I'm riding farther and farther. So that's my little retail therapy I'm doing with myself, and I'm trying not too much to get into buying stuff to make me feel better, but it's difficult, you know. It's kind of ingrained in society. I feel like I've been taught, you know, to, you know, treat yourself, self-care. But yeah, so that's about it. Not much more to say. Although my riding has progressed a lot. So now I just recently completed a 100-mile ride on my fixed gear, which I've been working towards and thinking about for a while. So I rode from Richmond to Sunol, this place called Little Yosemite in Sunol, and then turned around and rode back. It's 50 miles each way. Took me 8.5 hours or so. It was hard. It was hard, but it really felt good to accomplish it, and it did allow me to get out of my my worried brain, for a little bit, and I'm learning strategies to be able to just kind of come to the present and not live so much in the anxiety of the future or the regret and sadness of the past. But it's a practice, and I'm not great at it. I meditate, I do yoga, and I listen to Dharma talks and listen to all sorts of teachers talk about the important things and the impermanence of life and everything, and the importance of non-attachment, and so it's all helping, and I don't feel like, it doesn't seem like a coincidence that I get into these teachings like right before this stuff starts going on, and so I'm embracing it. So like in a little while I'm gonna get on the train and I'm going to San Francisco to sit with some people that I've been sitting with on a weekly basis and do some meditation and listen to somebody talk about Buddhist principles, and have tea and talk with my friends that I've made in this group, and go forward into the next day and understand that it's going to be okay. So that's what's happening. And if you've listened this far, I appreciate it. It's kind of a long talk. I'll be posting some more stuff here as things go on. This is a way for me to process, and hopefully maybe it could help other people that are going through similar stuff, or just want to know what's going on with me because you're my friend. But right now I'm sad, angry, lonely, alienated. A lot of negative things. But I'm also, joyful and grateful and motivated and a bunch of good stuff too. I found the gold in every moment. That's the teaching. When death comes close, you just understand the good things in life all the more. Sunsets and bike rides and laughing and love and helping people and just, fitting into the world in a positive way, trying to make my own meaning by helping the people around me. I guess that's about it. Thanks for listening. I'll check in with y'all soon and give you an update on what's happening. So until then, may you be well and happy, and I will talk to you very soon. Hey y'all, it's Rob. And I used to do these videos a while back talking about my life, and I kind of fell out of it, and had some tumultuous stuff happen in my life, and slowly getting back into it. But the main thing on my mind lately is my pop, my dad. My dad's 80, and he recently got diagnosed with cancer of the esophagus, and it's pretty serious business, and it's aggressive, and it's a big deal. He's my father, and I care for him, more than I can put into words. I found out what was happening coincidentally about 2 weeks into a break I had decided to take from smoking weed, and weed is always, not always, but since my early teens has been a part of my life, and I've always found that it helped me get through all sorts of rough spots, and I've grown to really enjoy the whole ritual of smoking and the social aspect of being with friends and smoking and all that stuff. But I had taken a break coincidentally, and then he called me and told me what was up 2 weeks into the break, and so there was no hiding from the stark reality of what was happening. So I decided that I was gonna continue this break from herb, because this is a situation I really feel like I need to face head on, and I have to put my nightly vacations from reality to the side for now. So I guess today is 3 months and 2 days of being free from marijuana, not smoking weed, not drinking. Drinking was never a problem anyway for me. So yeah, I went and visited my family, my father especially, last week, and spent a few days with him, and he's strong and feisty and ready for a fight and open to alternative therapies, and he looks good. He's lost some weight, but he looks strong. He just did his first shot of chemo a couple days ago, so that's going to be happening, and yeah, he's doing well, and that kind of brings me to what's going on with me with regards to this, is that he's doing well, and he's motivated, and I know how strong he is, and I have hope that he can, fight this, and I like to remain hopeful, but I am trying not to cling to the hope, and I'm trying to be realistic too, because he is 80 years old, and he's facing an aggressive cancer, and the reality of his impermanence as a physical being on this plane is there, and it's undeniable. And so right now I'm trying to balance this hope for for healing and vitality, with the understanding of impermanence of human beings, and the fact that he's 80, and if this isn't the thing that takes him off this plane, then it doesn't mean he's not going to go away. I mean, I need to sit with this idea, and it's a simple idea that's really painful, that most all of us who have parents that we know and we're connected with, how we have to face this eventually. And it's my turn to really sit with this, even if it's not impending. So I'm trying to do this balancing act of hope and realism, and it's difficult, and it's just difficult. But I've been listening to a lot of real smart people talk about how to handle this kind of thing, and so I'm getting some good information and trying to apply it into my life, and I think it's helping. But I put a lot of things on hold in my life. I had been attempting to, do some dating, and attempting, and further my DJ career, and still go to parties and have fun dancing and that kind of thing. But I've decided to put a lot of that on the back burner, so to speak, because I can't really take time off knowing that any time I have off, I should be devoting to seeing my father, because it's possible that he won't be around that much longer. So I pulled back socially, and I haven't, I got off Facebook, and I haven't been going to parties like I usually do. I've stopped pursuing DJ gigs for now. If people seek me out, that's cool. I'll still consider it. But this whole situation has really put a change of, or it's changed my perspective on the important things in my life, and I am less self-centered, except for maybe the fact that I'll do a video of myself talking about myself and put it out there for people. But anyway, besides that, I'm trying to concentrate on family, and if I have time off work, if I'm gonna ask for time off work, I'm gonna go see my folks, and that's number one. And so between pulling back from social events and DJing and Facebook and dating and anything like that, I am lonely. And people ask me, like, how are you doing? And and I tell them, if they're willing to listen, if I feel like it's a good thing, I tell them, like, I'm lonely, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm alienated, I'm all sorts of stuff. But, you know, it's not all bad, you know. The thing about close-up encounters with the prospect of death is that it does bring the beauty of life into perspective. And while I am all those things, I'm also joyful and grateful and enjoying all the little beautiful moments that happen. You know, riding my bike and feeling the wind on my face and the sun on my face and my body, and meeting somebody new and having a beautiful conversation with some people I encounter, or being able to help somebody in my job. I found a lot of solace in my job, and you know, I work as a produce clerk, and it doesn't seem on the surface to be such a great spiritually based job, but I've found that helping people find their food, or showing them stuff around, or just being there as an ear for them if they want to share something, has really helped me, and allows me to find my place in the world. I just feel like that perfect puzzle piece when I can help out, and I see someone react, and I can feel their gratitude, and so I'm enjoying that, and I'm riding my bike a ton for therapy. You know, I started years ago, like 5 years ago, riding my bike for therapy, and I was riding 5 miles and 10 miles, and then you know, I got up to like 60 miles. You know, it's kind of a testament to like how much anxiety I have as the farther I can ride, because it helps, and so I just keep running. And a couple weeks ago I did 100 miles, and in one day, and it took me about 9 hours, and it was great, and I was really sore. But yeah, so I have my therapy, and I'm doing self-care, and I'm trying to do the things that matter. So I'm going to keep it up, and I'll share with you what I feel is appropriate to share. You know, I don't know how my family would feel about me sharing even this much, but this is who I am, and I'm not ashamed of what's happening. I'm just going through it. So thanks for listening, and hold your loved ones close, appreciate every moment, and I'm going to do the same. So I will check back very soon. Take care.
He said, "You know, miraste lo que estaba haciendo?" I said, "No, I noticed she was smoking a joint." He goes, "No, she was doing more than that."
He had a good view.
Yeah, he was looking at her. He was on his chair, just looking out the window, looking at her doing it. Yeah. Cochina.
Hey, good morning. It is Monday, August 20th. Having coffee, trying to wake up. I look like poo-poo. Yeah, I don't feel so good either. I'm tired. So I was with a friend last night who's dealing with alcoholism, and it sucks. I really don't like to see people that I care about go through struggles. You know, I can see it in this person. They want to change, and I can also see in this person how difficult just the thought of it is. So weed is a lot different, but it's been 8 months now, and it's hard. Life is complicated and difficult and painful, and gives us every reason to just check out and at least take a break. At least take a break and just feel good. Even if it's with the use of something chemical, changing the chemical situation in our body with some outside force. So so there, but for the grace of God go I, right? Or something. I don't know how I'm doing it. It's kind of hard. I've had to put myself out of the line of fire, so to speak. Try to stay away from situations where temptation is overwhelming, which has led to a pretty boring life. I'm not doing a lot right now, but I am keeping my brain together, which is a big deal. I guess coffee is my only intoxicant. So, I don't know. I guess I'd say sobriety is really fucking hard. And I understand and I empathize with everybody that decides not to toe that line. And sobriety also gives incredible rewards. It's just the balance of the two. It's sometimes the negative seems to outweigh the positive. But I'm trying. Life is difficult right now. I got stuff going on and I need to be fully present. So I'm going to keep on doing it. And try to do the things that are right when I figure out what those things are, which is easier said than done. But there's some quote talking about how you can't help anybody unless you help yourself first. I'm so tired, jeez. So they related it to when you're on if you're on an airplane and it loses cabin pressure and the masks come down, you're supposed to put your own mask on first before you try to put the mask on your kids. And that's because you can't help anyone unless you help yourself. So I'm helping myself. Alright, peace out, y'all. Happy August 20th. Keep passing those open windows. Peace. Boop. Good morning. Cheers. It's September 28th, 2018, and today is my father's 80th birthday. He's down in Los Angeles, hopefully having a good day. It hasn't been easy for him lately because of his medical situation. And for those that might not know, he's got stage 4 esophageal cancer, and he was diagnosed early in the year, and he's been battling it out since then, impressing all of us. And it's really intense. It's a lot to take in. He's the kind of person who's always been into helping people, been into doing things for people, caregiving, and now he's starting to have to accept the fact that he has to dial back on his caregiving, and even harder on him is to deal with the fact that people are starting to have to care for him. And it's hard to watch, even from a distance out here in Richmond, where I'm still living. I've been trying to just go there as much as I can and spend time with him, and enjoy the time we have while we have it, because it might not be that much longer. I don't want to be doomsayer, and I don't want to let go of hope. But I mentioned before in another video, it's a difficult balance to walk, the tightrope between hope and realisticness. I don't know if it's realistic. I mean, we're all gonna die. It's just when somebody's got stage 4 cancer, that reality is all the more present. And so I'm doing my best with what I can do. I'm still sober, no weed, which is my main vice of choice, and so it's been I think almost 10 months now, and it's been good. I'm getting used to it. It's hard to hang out with people sometimes and be around it, and kind of crave it when I smell it in the air and all that. But the good part is being present and having a clarity of mind that allows me to process things that are happening as they're happening, or shortly after. When I was heavily smoking, life had become kind of a dull buzz, like a hum, and sometimes things would get through, joyous moments or extra sad moments, and fluctuate. It would jump me up or down a little bit, but right now, with being sober for so long, except for my coffee, okay, I'm not perfect. I'm a human being. I'm a tired human being in the morning. Now with the clarity of being sober for so long, it's less of a dull hum, and it's more of an active jumping and falling all over the place. But I'd rather be here. I'd rather, as Ram Dass says, I'd rather be here now. I'm starting to really enjoy the specialness of sobriety, because nowadays it's so easy to be a stoner. It's so easy to get high. One of the last times I got high, I went to the mall, this mall in Albany, and I went to this store and I bought an eighth at the mall because it's legal, because all you have to be is 18 now, and it's a far cry from like smoking a bowl leaning out my bedroom window when I was like 14, so that nobody, police or parents could find out, and I felt like quite a rebel. But now I kind of feel like a rebel for not smoking weed. It's everywhere. It's saturated. I was talking to a lady, a customer at my work, and she's about 80. And we were talking about anxiety and how I have anxiety, and for good reason. And she got serious, and she said, there's a really good strain for that. And she started talking about some strain of weed that she smokes. And I was like, shit. Anyway, so that's going good. Just thinking about my dad today. I've been down to see him recently, so although I kind of wish I was there today to wish him happy birthday, it's okay, and I'll be down there next week, so that's good too. He's a real special dude. I've watched him evolve in amazing ways. He was similarly caught up in substances in his younger years, and it kind of came to a head at some point. I think I was in my late teens when it did, and I watched him turn it around. I watched him get a handle on it, and I watched him turn his attention to caring for those around him, and especially my mom, who's been dealing with lots of health issues herself. And I've watched him support the family and really just be there for anybody that loved him, that he loved, and even if he didn't love him. I've seen him go out of his way many times for people, and he's one of the most unselfish, caring beings I've ever had the pleasure to share this space with. And I'm thankful that he's my father, and he's influenced me, and I choose to emulate his virtues as much as I can, and I'm going to continue because it feels right. And I'm not perfect, and I'm still struggling with this and that, but he's an inspiration, and I'm glad he's still here to inspire me, and I will spend as much time with him as I can while I can. And with that, I will say to you, don't waste time. There's people around right now around you that you should probably say stuff to. You should probably do things for or with. So do that, and then do something fun like ride your bike 143 miles in 2 days and get sores on your butt, and do something fun. Take care. Peace out. Hey, what's up, y'all? It is Tuesday, October 16th, 2018. It's about 11 a.m., getting ready for work. So, just giving a little update on what's happening with my life. I am going to be going to LA on Monday night, and I'll be staying there for 3 weeks to hang out with my family. It appears that it may be getting close to my dad passing. That is a really, really hard thing to judge, especially with a person as strong as my dad. So I'm in kind of a weird spot because I've been saving this time, this 3 weeks for when it's close, or so I can be there for my family during the transition time. So recently he had an amount of time where he wasn't unable to eat solid food, and so he was doing liquid food and that kind of thing, and it was still getting caught in his esophagus because his tumors have gotten too big, and so he went to the hospital last week after getting down to 119 pounds and being very weak to get a stent put in his esophagus, and the stent allows him to eat more, get some nutrients in him, and he's been going through chemotherapy and radiation and the ravages of the disease itself, and he's just not doing well. He's doing better than anybody else I can imagine in this situation. He's still home, and he's still taking care of business as much as he can. He's still cutting hair, for God's sake. I can't. He's still doing people's haircuts. He's amazing. I love him so much. He's such an inspiration. And he might not be around much longer, so I'm taking my 3 weeks now to go spend time with him while he's doing well enough so that we can have some good conversations and maybe go on some day trips and that kind of thing. And also, more importantly, probably to the situation, I need to go support my sister because she's been down there doing all sorts of caregiving for both my dad and my mom. And my mom is now in a convalescent home because her dementia has ramped up to the point where it's impossible for family members to really appropriately handle the situations that happen with her. So because of all the caregiving that my sister's been doing, the incredible hard work that she's been doing, I'm so impressed by her. Because of that, her medical situation, she's dealing with an autoimmune situation, has ramped up to the point where she's getting more symptoms and she's having a hard time. And so I can't ignore that they need me down there right now. So on Monday I'm going to go down there and I'm going to spend 3 weeks, and I'm going to try to help out in whatever way I can, whatever way that ends up being. So, getting help with the house, getting it in order, taking my dad to appointments, cleaning house with my sister, for my sister, visiting my mom and helping my sister figure out where she's going to end up. Right now she's kind of in a transitory place where she can't stay, but they're trying to figure it out where she's going. Just spend time with my dad. This is a really hard time for me, but it's just grief. It's just pain. It's just emotional shit. You know, my family, my dad and my sister and my mom, they're all dealing with like medical issues that are dominating their life, and I need to step up while I'm strong and clear-headed and able to help the situation. And it's a struggle because I like my life up here. You know, I feel like I'm finally getting grounded and centered up in the Bay and comfortable in my skin up here. And now it might be time to leave, but I don't know. I'm trying to figure out something in between where I'm perhaps subletting my place, and that way I can spend a number of months in Los Angeles, because 3 weeks is not going to really cut it for a transition like this. I'm solid in my job, and I know they'll always take me back, and I really love the place, so that's good. It's just a matter of a place to live. You know, I love who I'm living with. I love my living situation. I'd love to keep it. Maybe I can sublet or something like that. But I'm thinking about a lot of stuff right now, so it's hard to figure that out. So it may end up that I just move to Los Angeles and start living there, or somewhere in between. I don't know, but I'm trying not to be too selfish about it, but also take care of myself too, and so there's some sort of balance as to walk there. So it's Tuesday today. Monday night I'll be leaving. My friend Matt has volunteered to give me a ride down there, and so I don't have to sit on the damn bus for 8 hours, which is nice. And then I'll be down there for 3 weeks, helping in whatever way I can, and then I'll be coming right back to work the frickin' week before Thanksgiving. And yeah, that is a crazy time at a grocery store, if you didn't know, which you probably know. And so I'll be jumping back into the fire on the 23rd, I think. No, it's before that. Anyway, it's the week. It's the Monday before Thanksgiving. I'll be back. And holy moly, that's going to be something. So this part of my life is intense, and I have my moments where it's just overwhelming, and I take my time and I cry and I'm sad and I'm angry, and I let it happen. I've been listening to some good teachers, and it's been really helpful, and I'm sure it will continue to be helpful, listening to teachings on responsibility and acceptance and stoicism and Buddhism, and just accepting the terrible responsibility of life with eyes wide open. So I will continue to do that and get those moments of joy that I can get here and there. Coincidentally, which there are no coincidences, in fact, Jack Cornfield is speaking at Spirit Rock on Monday, the night that I'm leaving to LA. So he's a really smart guy and has a lot of good stuff to say about compassion for yourself and others, and acceptance of life's realities and all that stuff. So I'm going to use that as a send-off, and somehow I'm going to find my way to Spirit Rock and check that out, get home, and then get to LA and do the best I can with the situations that present themselves. And I'll keep you posted. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Peace. Hey y'all, it is Wednesday, October 24th. It is my sister's 50th birthday. And I'm down here in Los Angeles at a really nice place called Monrovia Canyon Park. And it was a steep ride getting here. So, excuse the sweat and spit. So I'm down in LA. I just got here yesterday. My good friend Matt gave me a ride from Richmond, which is a really nice thing for him to do. He had really no reason to be down here, but he wanted to meet my dad and help me out because he knows this is an intense time and I could use some help, and so I gratefully accepted. It's nice. It's nice up here. Saw my mom yesterday in the care center where she's waiting to be transferred to a more permanent situation. And it's really nice to see her. She seemed kind of agitated when we first got there, and a little disoriented. But as our visit went on, she got a little more lucid and coherent in her speaking, and seemed to be understanding a lot better than when we first got there. So that was nice. Spent a couple hours there hanging out and watching the Dodger game, which really isn't that interesting to me, but my family's into it, so it's nice to hang out with them and feign excitement. But when you watch a sporting event, even if you're not really too invested, you kind of find yourself I kind of find myself getting invested. And it is the World Series. It's the only time I've ever really paid attention to baseball is the playoffs in the World Series. But anyway, that's another topic. But it's nice to see my mom, nice to spend time with her. And we took my dad to an appointment with his radiation specialist, and we talked a little bit about how he's doing. And then we got some food at a diner, my dad, my sister, and I. And it was nice. And it's been nice, like, settling into the groove of being back with my family, and the changed dynamic between my sister and my dad and I since all our life situations. It's been a long time since we've spent extended amounts of time together. Usually when I'm down here, it's just a hit and run, at least a couple of days, but we're all we're all kind of feeling differently because it's going to be 3 weeks, and so we're just kind of settling into a longer term groove. And it might be longer. I'm supposed to go back to work in 3 weeks because it's going to be right before Thanksgiving, and they need all the help they can get, and I really would like to keep that job and to stay up there, but those things are both less important than what I need to do as far as helping my family. So that's part of the reason I'm down here, is to feel it out and see what's appropriate for them and I, trying to balance that care for loved ones and care for myself, and see if I can come to some sort of decision about that. But yeah, it's nice, Los Angeles. I mean, well, it's really San Gabriel Valley. It's not really Los Angeles, but it's close, and it's different being here now that I'm biking so much. I can go ahead and explore this place in a different way than when I used to just have a car or be carless and walking. And since I've grown accustomed to taking long rides, I'm looking forward to doing some big rides when I have the time, such as this morning, where I woke up and made my coffee and just hit the road after visiting with my dad a little bit. And so I'm going to be going back down the hill and going to my house and start in on the stuff that needs to be done. My sister, it's her birthday, and she's been amazing. She's been very inspiring, the way she's attended to my father and my mom whilst in the middle of her own medical issues. It's kind of like a superhuman feat that she's been doing, and so I'm happy to help in any little way I can. Like one of the things I plan on doing when we get down there is to help clean out the fridge and help do some deep cleaning on the bathroom, and that kind of thing. And so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And see, it's Wednesday today, so I'll check in soon, let you know how things are going. My dad is eating more than he's been eating, according to my mom or my sister, and he looks energetic in his talking. He gets excited, but of course, it's nice to have your son there, and it's brought a certain amount of excitement. But my sister says that he's looking better, and that he was having trouble eating right after he got the stint. He got a stint in his esophagus to help him swallow, and then also there's the fact that none of the food tastes at all because of the effect the radiation has on taste buds. And so now since he's having a little time off of that radiation, he's starting to get his taste buds back, and he's enjoying food. And so he seemed to be eating little bits all throughout the day, which is good because his weight is really low, and it's dangerously low. So any nutrients he can get in his system are good, and that's another thing I'm going to be concentrating on when I'm here. He has a juicer that he hasn't really put to use much, and I want to help him with that. And sometime during this visit I'll connect with some friends, hopefully, that live down here. I grew up here, so I do have a couple of friends that I'd like to connect to that still live here. But that's about it. So thanks for watching. I recently had a friend tell me that she watches and that was nice, because I see the view count and I think, oh well, some people are watching, but I really don't know. So you could be watching for 3 seconds and then just turn it off. I do that. It probably says I watch stuff when I only watch for 3 seconds. So if you want to like make me happy, you can leave a comment or hit that heart or something like that. But it doesn't really matter because this is more of a journal or a vlog for me and whoever chooses to watch it. So that's about it. Happy Wednesday, October 24th, 2018. Gonna go ride my bike a bit more and get back into the house cleaning. Hi y'all, it is Saturday, October 27th, 2018, and I'm down here in Los Angeles. Still less than a week that I've been here, dealing with lots of situations, family stuff. So yeah, if you've watched the other videos, you probably know my dad is in stage 4 esophageal cancer, and he's pretty thin and weak right now, and he just recently got a stent in his esophagus to help him eat, so we are encouraging and making food every moment, trying to get him to eat. But he also has his taste buds are not what they used to be because of the radiation that he was getting as a treatment. So I'm down here for a while to help out and try to give my sister a little bit of a break because she's been working ceaselessly this whole time, caregiving for my dad and my mom. And my mom is now in a caregiving home, in a convalescent home of sorts. She'll be going to a more permanent situation soon because it's kind of an in-between place, and it's good and it's difficult in all sorts of ways. It's she's in professional hands now, and so they're able to help her check her blood sugar levels and make sure she gets fed the right things, and care for her in ways that it's been impossible for my sister to care for her, just due to the sheer amount of stuff that she's dealing with as far as taking care of my dad, dealing with her own health problems, taking my dad to appointments, and just a whole lot of stuff. So I'm down here to use the 3 weeks that I have saved up from work to try to ease the situation a little bit. 3 weeks isn't very long, so I'm doing what I can. I've managed to do a lot of cleanup work around here so far in the last couple of days, and doing a lot of errands, like getting shopping done and that kind of thing. So that's been fulfilling, and also during this time I've taken some time to ride my bike because it's my therapy and it's the only way I can deal with all this crazy shit. But it's not just this, it's the way I deal with my life, and it's my therapy. And so I've been doing a lot of riding, and I've always thought like the number of miles I do is kind of corresponds to how much stress I'm under. So in the last 3 days I've done over 100 miles, so that's how intense the situation is. But I'm strong and I'm clear-headed and I can handle it. But I'm having to get my mind around some sacrifice to help the overall situation with my family. And so I don't really want to move down here. It's not a place I want to live. The weather is not to my liking. It's too hot, smoggy. It's definitely not friendly to bicycles. After riding from San Gabriel Valley to Venice Beach and back through downtown LA, I will say it's not a bike-friendly town. And I knew that already, but I can't help but ride long distances. I'm just going to have to do a little more planning next time, because several times I was almost killed. And that's no joke. It's just, I guess they're not used to bike. I mean, the only people I see riding bikes around here really are homeless people. And I don't think that they're looked at with any respect or with enough respect that they deserve, because I don't know. Anyway, that's a whole other issue. All I know is, like, the only bikers I saw were mostly people that looked like they were living on the streets, and then the occasional person I would see with like a kit, the jersey and lycra and a really nice road bike, and they're on a mission, and it's pretty punk rock to be riding a bike around here. Luckily for me, I can be really aggressive with my riding, and you kind of got to be really aggressive with your riding if you're going to be in the street. A lot of people just ride on the sidewalk, because it's just so gnarly out there, and there's hardly any bike lanes. People park in them. People have no qualms about driving 2 feet, 1 foot from you as they go by, speeding by. So I've got to be careful, because biking is a huge part of my life, and that's my therapy. So I need to modify my my riding and figure out where I can ride in less populated areas. There are choices, there are neighborhoods. So anyway, I gotta make that compromise. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't really want to stay here, but I can't in good conscience avert my eyes from what's happening down here and how I could be of help. So I'm trying to wrap my head around the idea of moving back down here. This is my room. This was my room. It was my mom's room afterwards. And now I'm here again. It's really surreal. It's very surreal. I used to sneak out that window back there, go gallivant, steal my family's car, and go to the mountains and drink Boone's Farm wine on top of a water tower and try to make out with girls. Yeah, it's weird. I used to hang out that window right there and hit the bowl, smoke weed, so that the smell wouldn't be in the house when I was 12 or 14. And yeah, it's a weird scenario being down here. So I'm trying to wrap my head around it. I have to go back to work for a couple weeks at least, and hopefully longer. I don't want to just rush out of there, but the situation is intense, and I don't know how much time I can spend up there before I'm just absolutely needed here. So I was like grappling over that issue. I was in Sprouts. I went to Whole Foods and Sprouts and some other stores to do errands. And when I was in Sprouts, I was looking at the store and kind of imagining myself in there working, because that's what I do. I work in a produce department. I've worked in a health and beauty section in a grocery store, in a natural food store, and I know all that stuff, and I have experience, and that's probably where I'll end up working in that kind of scenario when I come down here, if I come down here, which I probably will. And I was like imagining myself there, and I got to the point where I was like, okay, forget it. That's enough thinking about that. Let's go. You got some shopping to do. And then on the speaker, someone said real loud, "Rob," on the freaking speaker, the in the grocery store. And I almost started crying, because I was, at that moment, I was just trying to let go of this idea of coming down here, staying down here, but I don't know if I can. So we'll see what happens. Talk to you later. Hi y'all, it's Saturday, November 3rd, and I'm down here in Los Angeles. I'm doing the parental care thing, just helping out around the house, and I came to a decision about how I'm going to go forward, because it's really there's a lot to do around here, and my dad really needs help, and my sister really needs help. So I decided I'm going to move from the Bay Area down here, at least for 6 months. If I can figure it out that it works and it's good for everybody that I go back in 6 months, that's great. I really want to live in the Bay Area. I love the Bay Area, but the truth is that I'm needed around here right now, and I have the capability to do the things that can ease the strain of the situation. So yeah, I gave my notice at my house. I'll be moving out on the 1st of December. That'll be the last day there. But I'll be gone a little sooner than that, because I really need to be here as soon as I can. So my plan is to, in a couple days, I'm going to use my dad's minivan and go back up to the Bay and get the majority of my things, if not all of my things. And then I'm going to bring them back down. It's just going to be like a day trip. Start moving my stuff in here and into my parents' house, into my old room, which is a trip. I have to shake off these feelings of failure. Oh, you're moving back into your folks' house. How old are you? And but it's not like that. I'm moving back here to help. I'm not moving back here to be helped. Although it may help me in some ways, and it will help me in some ways, especially assuming the responsibility that's in front of me here. So I'll be running back and forth, doing a run with all my stuff on Monday and Tuesday. I guess that's the 4th and 5th, something like that. And then I'll be here for 1 week until the end of my scheduled vacation sick day usage for work. I start back work on November 12th, which is Monday. So next weekend, today being Saturday, next weekend, Saturday or Sunday, I need to get back up north. And it's right before Thanksgiving, so I'm having a difficult time. The buses are full, sold out, although Greyhound may have a really crappy option for me, with lots of stops. And anyway, So if you're seeing this and you know anybody coming to the Bay Area from Los Angeles next weekend, which I believe is the 10th and 11th of November, if you know anybody coming up from Los Angeles area, San Gabriel Valley, but I can get anywhere, to the Bay Area, from LA to the Bay Area next weekend. If you know anybody, please get in touch with me and let me know, because I could use some help. And then after that, I'll be working for 2 weeks at my job, which I love, and I'm sad that I'm leaving, but I'm going to talk to them about seeing if I can get some sort of family leave thing so that I don't have to stop working there and I can come back in 3 or 6 months, but probably 6 months. Anyway, so I'll be up there from the 12th. I'll be working from the 12th until I think the like 2 weeks from that day, so it's about 26th, right after Thanksgiving, and then I'll be coming back down here, and that is right after Thanksgiving is another time I'm gonna be reaching out to people looking for rides, a ride from the Bay to LA with a minimal amount of stuff, hopefully a minimal amount of stuff, because I'm planning to get most of my things this coming Monday when I go up there with my dad's minivan. So yeah, so if you know anybody that wants to help or can help me with either LA to the Bay on the 10th or 11th this coming weekend, or anybody that wants or is able to help me get back from the Bay to LA about the 26th, with some stuff, hopefully minimal amounts, great, hit me up, send me a private message, make a comment, do anything like that. But yeah, that's my plan. And so I'm gonna, since I've been here, I've been cooking food kind of nonstop and trying to keep my dad hydrated. He's really thin and weak, and it's hard to keep him drinking enough water to stay hydrated with the situation with his cancer. I think part of it is just having 4th stage cancer is probably dehydrating in its own, and yeah, I'm just learning about it, because what happened is yesterday he was not doing too well, and we took him to urgent care to get hydrated, which we've done a few times, and they pump him with saline solution. They put a drip in him, and what it does is it just gives him moisture in his body, and it feeds him. It's when you're dehydrated, nothing's quite working. Your brain, your organs, they're all being strained. And so as we left, he was moving faster and thinking more clear and having lively conversations. And so we're so one of my jobs right now is to concentrate on making sure he drinks a lot of water every day and getting electrolytes in him, and that kind of thing. And yeah, so food and water, and continually just cleaning up the house and the grounds outside. He's 80 years old. My mom's 83. My sister's kind of challenged physically with her own illness, and the place has kind of suffered due to there just not being anybody to really take care of it. And so and just the years and years of living here, and stuff piling up, like, oh, I thought I'm going to save this because it's good. I just need to get it fixed, that kind of thing. And meanwhile, it just sits there and gets rusty, and then you pile something on top of it, and then people forget about it, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, there's tons of crap everywhere that need to be cleaned up, and it's nobody's fault, and it just has to get done, and it leads to a healthier environment and an easier time for the people that are living in that environment. So that's one of the things I've been concentrating on and will continue to concentrate on, in between, of course, the times that I'm cooking food and caring for my dad and trying to take him on some sort of like fun things like going to the park and stuff. So that's the update. I'm moving to LA at least 6 months, and yeah, so if you're down in LA and you want to connect, hit me up. I'd appreciate it. I don't have a lot of connections here anymore, and if you can help me with either of those trips, that would be great too. So I'm gonna hang tough, and I'll keep you guys updated, and send me good thoughts or that kind of thing, and take care. See you soon.
On the front room, and then there was a dining room, and then there was a receiving room where you received things in the hall. Well, anyway, so we're in the
Hey all, it's Wednesday, December 12th, 2018, and I just thought I'd check in. It's been a couple weeks since I had done an update. So I'm down here in Los Angeles, and caregiving for my pop, and helping take care of housework and shopping and that kind of thing. And it's going well. I just trying to get used to being down here. I've said before that I love it up in Northern California, and it's been a difficult thing to let go of, although everything is temporary, and this is I can't imagine doing anything that's more meaningful than take care of your dad when my dad when he needs it. So I'm down here doing that, settling in. It's kind of intense, hanging out with somebody in late stages of cancer, and they're close to you, and you see their progression and their struggle, and you're just confronted with the reality of the mortality of all of us. And the little boy in me is pretty shook up, and so I just try to take care of myself at the same time, or in between taking care of my dad and my sister, and visiting my mom. Who she's in a care facility, convalescent home kind of situation. Because of her dementia. So yeah, I'm hanging tough. Coming up on a year sober from weed, which is a big deal for me. And so my anxiety and insomnia is kind of a struggle to handle, and to keep at bay. So what I've been doing for a while now is like riding my bike and going on big rides. And since I haven't ridden down here that much since I was 20 years old, there's a lot of riding to do, and it's pretty interesting. And so in between caregiving, I have been riding up in the local mountains, and I rode to the beach one day, and I haven't been here but a month, and I've put not even a month, and I've put so many miles on my bike, but it's the most therapeutic thing I can find. I also joined Planet Fitness, the gym, the local gym, which is also I say too much. It's also about a 10-mile ride, so maybe 8 miles. And so it's like 16 miles both ways, so that's good because I get a nice ride in, and then I get there and I get on the elliptical and I do some lifting, and I'm starting to get my diet back to kind of a steady thing. Because with traveling back and forth, everything has been difficult to maintain. But now I'm settled in, and so I have a chance to take control of that. So I'm doing that. I'm going on rides. I also signed up for a support group for families that are caregivers, and I am going to my intake appointment on Saturday. So that's good. That's some self-care that I am doing for myself. And that's kind of the update. Christmas time's coming up. We've got a tree up, and we're decorating and trying to be festive as we can. Although one thing that's happened is that we've entered a new stage in my dad's care because he's decided to switch from aggressive treatment to more of a quality of life treatment, which will probably include hospice care eventually. We're trying to figure out the right hospice to go to, which is, or to get to come to the house, because that's a huge thing. And so there's a lot of really intense things that kind of fall on the shoulders of my sister and I, and so we are handling them as we can. Kind of running out of money. I had got at one check right before I left my job, and that's almost gone. It's about to be all gone because one of the requests my dad has had is that I start GoPro videoing my rides, because he was super into riding, and since I've turned him on to YouTube lately, what he does is he hangs out in the living room on the smart TV and watches YouTube videos of people doing rides, big rides through Mexico and America and Australia, and he sits there and pedals his stationary bike and watches that, and he hears about my rides, and I show him pictures and a couple of videos here and there, and so he's been very encouraging that I just go ahead and make the leap and get a GoPro, get a computer to edit the footage and start recording my adventures so he can see more what's happening and participate vicariously through watching the videos, and we could sit there and talk. So that's going to be a big chunk of money for the camera and the computer, but I can't think of a better way to spend my money. I applied for paid family leave, and I should be getting some money coming in soon, which would be good. I'm a little anxious about not having any, although I live very frugally, and I buy very little besides food. Yeah, this is kind of a crucial time. I'm unable to really get a job at this point because I'm just needed here too much. So that's what's happening. I'm settling in, trying to get a routine going. Wake up in the morning, make my bed, do my leftover dishes, make coffee for the family, maybe sit and watch something silly on YouTube, and then get into cooking and cleaning and shopping and checking in. So that's what's happening. I'm going to keep it up, and I'll keep you all posted. Happy holidays. Christmas is coming up. New Year's is coming up. And I'll be here. So I do miss my friends and would appreciate any personal messages that are sent, or likes or any of that on the video, hearts and whatever. So that's it. Hope you all are doing well, and I hope to see you soon. Peace. Hey Julie, what's up? Just saying hi. I was thinking of you guys and wanted to say hello. I'm still down here. Everything's going okay. Dad is in hospice now, so they're coming to our house, and they've given us a hospital bed and oxygen machine and an albuterol nebulizer, and so I've been running those things. I've been encouraging my dad to use them and helping him set them up and run them and all that stuff. And he's doing good. He's dying slowly. He's every day is there's a little less breath power and a little less moving around. And a little more brain fog, and yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. I think it's easier to see this way how I'm experiencing it, because I'm here every day and I never that far away from his progression. So previously I'd been going away for a week and then coming back, and then I would see him worse, and then it would just hurt my heart all the more. But since I'm seeing him every day, it's just less of a blow, because I'm seeing him every morning, every night. I've been doing good things for him. I got his piano tuned up, and I just been hanging out, having good talks with him. Yeah, that's about it. It's going all right. I'm going to a caregivers meeting where we get together with people in similar situations, and that's been helpful. And it's been good to be social, because you know how social of a person I am, and I don't see anybody now. The only people I talk to are the people in the store that I shop at, that I go every day. I guess partly because I feel at home there in a grocery store, and it's weird, and I'm going a little stir crazy, but this is all temporary, you know the scenario. When I was at my caregiver meeting last night, somebody was talking about the book by the Zen hospice guy. I think it's called The 5 Invitations. Anyway, I'm going to check it out, and I figured you probably know that, and you probably know the dude, because she said he's like the founder, perhaps, of Zen hospice up in the Bay. Anywho, I'm going to check it out. I just wanted to say hi. Hope you guys are doing well. and you don't have to send me a video reply. This is just easier for me to talk like this. I can't really form my words, my thoughts into a text, or it's just easier this way for me to talk, and I can imagine you in front of me, and So I miss you, and I hope you're doing well. And thanks for all the inspiration and chats that we've had regarding this stuff. There's very few people I can be completely real with, and about it, because it's brutal to most people, and it's brutal to us too. But I guess we're more realists. Or something. Anyway, so I'll check in soon. I'll let you know what's happening. And until then, I hope you are well and happy. Talk to you soon. Peace. Yeah, it's beautiful. Hi, it is Wednesday, February 6th. February. This is not like an uplifting, cheery, interesting talking about my vacation or my amazing meal or the latest meme. So yeah, this is sad. This is a sad talk about the situation that's happening. So I understand if you want to just watch something else. So that being said, I've been down here in Southern California caring for my dad. He's got esophageal cancer, and he's in his 4th stage. And I've been down here maybe a couple months. It's hard to really remember. And it seems like things are accelerating, health-wise, or his rate of decrease. He seems like he's transitioning slowly, or not that slow. So it's a rough time. We're just trying to take care of things and keep the house in order, and have people come visit, and keep Dad comfortable. And it's intense and bittersweet, and we're doing as well as we can. He's an amazing dude. He's a super hardworking, heart-centered, honest, direct to the point, high energy, open-hearted guy. He's just a sweet guy, and he's only tried to provide for his loved ones as best as he can. And that stuff that he's done throughout his life has inspired us all to step up our game when he's in need, which he's in need right now. And so I've been spending a lot of time sitting in his room and hanging out with him and talking. And we talk about heavy stuff like father-son stuff, and that I'm going to be okay, and that I learned a lot from him, and all these kinds of deep conversations. But that's not the majority of what we do, because it seems good to just hang out and be with him. So we sit and we watch TV. We watch the Super Bowl together, even though I'm not into the Super Bowl at all. But it doesn't matter. It's like whatever. It's this. I'm hanging out with him. He's smiling. He's enjoying. He's enjoying the game. Los Angeles was in it, so he's excited about that. And so spending time hanging out, administering his breathing treatments. He gets albuterol and saline and acetylcysteine in a nebulizer, and he has an oxygen machine that he wears a mask for, and I've been giving him his pain meds and his anxiety meds, but he's like a very anti. As much as he likes getting high, like he likes his weed, he doesn't want to be opiated, and he doesn't want to be checked out mentally on different things. So it's been very little, and I'm just doing the best I can, keeping him comfortable, and keeping my spirit up. It's not easy. Anybody can imagine, or a lot of people have been there watching a parent get closer to passing. There's so many feelings that are coming up, and it's hard not to just be like a tearful mess and surrender to the I forget what they call it, but the grief that comes before someone's passing, anticipatory grief. It's hard to not to surrender to that and just be a mess and be useless. But I've learned, I've listened to a lot of smart people talk about how in this situation I can be the force that makes it a little less awful. The situation is awful. The situation is terrible. But by accessing the power of what I have inside me to transform this situation, I can do it. I'm finding that I can do it. It's tiring. I've been up a lot. I've been sleeping on the couch next to his room, and he wakes up in the middle of the night pretty often, having coughing fits and short of breath. And so then we give albuterol treatments and maybe something else, to calm him down. And then he falls back asleep, and then I fall back asleep, and then the nurse will knock on the door, because the hospice nurses have been coming in and out. And so I guess what I'm saying is I've gotten like 3 hours of sleep every night for the last 4 nights or so. Last night was pretty good, but before that it's been really rough. So that's the update. He's still here. He's hanging tough. This morning we hung out and we watched a virtual bike ride of this person biking up the Swiss Alps, and it's we watched that while we listened to some Debussy and some Chopin, and had some chat, and he had a little tincture, a little pot tincture, and it mellowed him out a little bit, and he was smiling, and it was a nice morning. He visited with my daughter, who's a superstar. She came down here, has been hanging out, and I'm super proud of her. This is a very difficult situation, and I wouldn't blame anybody for not wanting to be in the middle of it. So I'm here for now. I'm just I'm gonna be here, and I'm taking care of Dad, and I'm trying not to freak out and lose it, and I'm doing okay. There's a lot to do, you know. I gotta keep the house clean. I gotta get in touch with people, make sure everybody's getting to say hello and have some conversations. So that's the update. I'll get back soon and let you know what else is happening. If you watched this far, and I appreciate it, thanks, and leave a comment if you want to say hello. It's always nice to have some interaction, and I'll give you an update at some point in the future. Until then, I hope you're well and happy, and I'll see you soon. Hey y'all, it's Wednesday, March 6th, 2019, and I'm just checking in. Last update I did was maybe 3 weeks to a month ago, and I've been caregiving for my dad in the last stages of cancer, esophageal cancer. And a couple weeks ago when I made the last vlog, I was pretty sure that his transition would be soon, in the next couple of days or something. He was really having a lot of difficulty, and that was a pretty serious time. And what happened after that, after he was in real bad shape, he had a surge. And the research that I've done regarding end-of-life scenarios often talk about surges and energy and vitality and that kind of thing. So he experienced that, where he was eating more, talking more, asking for more things, being a little cranky and ornery, having like enough energy to be that way, and we got to have some good talks and hangout sessions, and he actually got up and rode his little stationary bike, just like this little pedal setup, in the living room, which was good because he had been spending most of his time in his bedroom in bed. So that was good, and that lasted a couple weeks, and then about a week and a half ago or so, it seemed that he kind of took a downturn as far as his energy levels, and his ability to eat and drink just lessened, and his voice has steadily gotten weaker, and his ability to get out of bed has just been less and less. His ability to get up and walk or just transfer himself to another seat in the room has been lessened and lessened more and more, to the point now where I have to really lift him up to get him into another seat. Another thing that's happening right now is that he's sleeping a lot. Probably 3/4 of the time that he's of the day, 3/4 of the day he's sleeping, and then he's awake, just a little bit. And it's hard to say exactly how much time he has, because he fooled me before. He's super strong. He's told me multiple times that he just doesn't want to give up, and a couple of times he's got real short of breath, and we've had to medicate him to get him out of that distress. And he's told me that he was scared, that he felt like he was close to passing, and then he was scared. And we talked about how, however much faith you have, that unless you're completely spiritually centered and advanced, that the question of what happens after death is daunting and scary. The uncertainty of what happens after we step over the threshold, it leads to anxiety and fear, and I can only imagine. I could probably talk a big game now about being accepting and welcoming of joining the infinite and all that stuff that I've read about and try to embody. I could talk a big game about that, but if I'm faced with it in a personal situation, I'm pretty sure I'd be scared, very, very, very scared about the uncertainty of what's to come after I take my last breath. So I get it. and he's a hero, especially expressing his fear to his son. It takes a big person, a big man, big person, to admit that they're scared, especially to someone that they've normally taken care of, like the way he's taken care of me. So he's asleep right now. He's been asleep since about 6 a.m. He fell asleep around 10 p.m., woke up around 5 a.m., and we did some breathing treatments and got him a little pain medicine, and helped him go to the bathroom, and then he fell back asleep at 6 a.m. and it is now 2:20, and so he's sleeping a lot. And I guess that's, I know that's part of the process. That's part of the transitionary process. I've been reading a lot and talking to a lot of the hospice caregivers, and trying to get a feel for the way things will play out. So yeah, that's what's happening. I'm super tired. I'm kind of I'm all sorts of stuff. But I am very, very aware of the needs, his practical needs, and the need to be present and functional, to do the things that need to be done to keep him comfortable. And this is only a temporary situation. And it's emotionally draining, and I'm exhausted, but I'm okay, and I'm not the one. I'm not the one going through this physically. I'm just kind of on the outside with my emotions, and yeah, there's some physical activity that's draining to me, but I'm strong and I can do it, and I will do my processing when I can do my processing. Uh, so that's where I'm at. Let's see, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, March 6th, and Friday, March 8th, I start a new job at Whole Foods in Pasadena, which is pretty exciting. I'm excited about that. I'll be working part-time until I'm able to work more, and so my sister's going to be helping out a little bit more while I'm doing that, as long as Dad needs us. So that's an exciting thing. I'm looking forward to getting back into the workplace and the social stuff that comes with having a job at a grocery store. So I'm excited about that. But that's the update, and I will keep y'all posted whenever I can. I know this is really personal stuff, and I've thought a lot about the ethics of sharing, but I vote yes. I want to share it, and if you feel like it's been a benefit to you, let me know, because I'd appreciate it. Sometimes I wonder if what this is that I'm doing. So anyway, until I see you again, I hope you're well and happy, and I'll talk to you soon. Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, or whenever it is for you. It's morning for me. It's 7 o'clock, March 28th. I'm at Muir, not Muir, but Munch, or Mush. I think it's Mush. Mush Meadows. Mush Meadows campground in Topanga Canyon. And I just woke up. Had a nice night camping by myself. A little strange being by yourself camping in the whole campground, and then hearing like coughing from somewhere, from somebody. But I imagine they were just somebody like partying using the picnic benches. So yeah, today is Thursday morning. The 28th of March, and my dad passed away on Tuesday evening, the 11th of March. Since then, we've had the funeral, which was the gathering of friends to remember him, and saying of the Catholic Mass, as my dad was a Catholic. And then there was a wait until the actual burial, which was at Riverside Cemetery, because he was a veteran. Although he never went to war, he was in the service during the Vietnam era, and it's been intense. I'm tired and frazzled and thankful that it's all over. Although I'm sad my dad has passed away. His quality of life towards the end really really went downhill, and so I'm thankful that he's not hurting anymore. It was really hard to watch him go through that last bit and attend to his needs as his needs became more and more pronounced. So I did it. I managed to do it, and it was hard, and it was meaningful. It is meaningful, and I'm happy that I was strong enough to be able to handle it. I had help. My sister was there, and I managed to make it through. Now I'm down here in LA and not sure what's next. All I know for sure is that I start a job on Monday. Is the first day of my scheduled availability at Whole Foods in Pasadena, and so I'm looking forward to that. Everybody says it's a good place to work, and so that'll be coming up soon. It's been interesting going through the process of getting to know my dad's family again, as they've all come, a lot of them have come back into the picture, and there are some interesting family dynamics, as there always are, and most everybody has been really cool and supportive, and I'm happy to reconnect with them and look forward to establishing long-term connections with these people. There was a little hiccup in the funeral where someone associated with the family, not a family member, but someone close to the family, got up and spoke during the funeral when it was time for remembrances of my father, where people got up and spoke about him. And so this person got up and proceeded to give a hell and brimstone kind of sermon, I guess. It was more of a performance, I think, on his end. He considers himself a street preacher, and it felt like to everybody that he was only there to perform, and he said, 2 sentences about my dad and went on for 10 minutes about being saved and from hell and all sorts of really bombastic religious stuff. And whether or not somebody believes in that is beside the point, because that time was for my dad to be remembered by his friends and family, and he went on for like 10 minutes, and there was only a very short time allotted, and it was painful, and I was in the front row, just like on the edge of my seat, just trying to be patient, because I knew he would end it soon, but it was hard. And then immediately after that, my daughter, who I'm sure was as angry as me about the whole situation, got up and he gave a beautiful speech about how she loved her grandfather and what a hero he was and how he exemplified a beautiful human being in his actions and his words, and he was always supportive and all this beautiful stuff. And the person's words from before her just kind of dissipated like clouds in the bright sun, just and it was great. And I felt so proud of her. I was so happy to have raised a person that could do such a wonderful service, because what she did was invaluable, and everybody appreciated it. We all were choked up because her words were from a sincere place in her heart, because he is his memory now is inspiring to her, because rightly so. He was a great man. It's so hard to say he was now, and I'm trying to get used to it, but he was a great man, and he lived his life in a beautifully positive fashion, and cared about the things that were important, and meaningful, like family and making a difference in the world, and that kind of thing. So yeah, so that was good, and she was a hero. My daughter was the hero. She carried my dad's heroic spirit into that funeral, and that was good. And then throughout there was a big break. This has been kind of a drawn out process since his passing. We found out after his passing that the funeral wouldn't be until the following Friday, which is like 10 days. And then the burial itself was going to be the Tuesday after that, which is 16 days or so total. It was a lot of dragging out, and yeah, it just was a lot. And so it allowed for my kids, my son and his girlfriend, and my daughter to come visit and hang out with me. And we went and saw the wildflowers, and the wildflowers down south at Anzo Borrego, near Mexico. We took a trip down there, and it was beautiful. And during this time, I thought this incident in my mind just kept rolling around about how disrespectful this guy was at the funeral. And so I decided I knew he was going to come to the burial. So I decided at the end of the burial that I was going to let him know that it wasn't appreciated, and cut him and the person in my dad's family out. Out of our lives, because they had been circling like vultures, trying to swoop up any of my dad's things that they could before he had even passed. He had offered them a piano. He has two. And one of the times they were coming to visit him, towards the end, they said, "Oh, can we bring the trailer so we can bring the piano?" I was like, wow, that's really insensitive. No, you can't bring the frickin' trailer to pick up my dad's stuff while he's laying in bed watching you wheel out his stuff. That's not okay. And I try to find some compassion and understanding, and then that incident happened at the funeral, and Yeah. I had to let him know that it's not okay. So I did. And it felt good. Felt really good. It was tough. I had to practice in my mind a few times so I could bring it down to the most basic sentences that I could come up with, because I didn't want to get into a back and forth with someone as irrational and insensitive as this person. So after the burial wrapped up, I saw the couple break off and were walking to the car, and I walked over there and I just told him, what you did at the funeral was inconsiderate to my father's memory, disrespectful, and I wish to cease communications with you both. Thank you for understanding. Goodbye. And one of them was like, what did we do? And I just said, I'll leave that for you to figure out. And I walked away, and the gentleman, the person, I hesitate to call him a gentleman because he's not very gentle. The person who gave the sermon, came after me, Robbie. You know, as I'm walking back to my family and my dad's casket, you know, across the grass. Just continuing to be an idiot, this guy. So I turned around and said, this is my father's funeral. Please respect that. And he said, and I said, it's my father's funeral. Please give me some respect. And he put his head down, and I just turned around and walked away. And that was it. And that was it. And it was really hard. And I was shaking. I'm literally shaking. I was literally shaking. It was tough. But it was also cathartic, because I don't like the idea that people can just bully their way through life and then not get called on it, and have some sort of clear understanding about how their actions affect the people around them. You know, I attribute some of it to mental illness, but my daughter said, you know, there's mentally ill and there's just shitty people, and I think he's just a shitty person. But you know, that's just my anger. Who knows? I'm sure that something in his life has led him to be like this. You know, that maybe wasn't his fault. You know, some sort of abuse or bullying or neglect or something that that causes him to act in such an insensitive, irrational way towards people. So I didn't want that to be the main thing that I came away with at the funeral, and the burial. But I had to stand up for my dad's memory, and I did, and I feel good about it. And now I can wash my hands of these people because they're toxic, and I have enough stuff to deal with. So I'm going to get on with my life, and yeah, I don't know what's next. I'm here in LA for I don't know how long. It's inconceivable. It's unknown. You know, our house is paid off, so I can stay there rent-free, although there's enough bills that I'm going to be paying money every month. Not quite as much rent. And I have a job, and I just bought a minivan, a little Previa, which I'm looking forward to cruising up to the bay and checking out some music and hanging out with friends, and as soon as I find out my schedule. So yeah, mystery awaits. The mystery of my life is in front of me. You know, I don't like I haven't liked LA. There's a lot of things about Los Angeles that I don't like, but I'm trying to make the best of it, like this place. Like, I mean, I could be anywhere, right? I could be in the Marin Headlands or something. I rode my bike here, and I'm camping in the little tent that one of my good friends, Estrella, lent me. And then I rode this beast, this single speed up here, and now I'm in the morning dew of the early morning in Topanga Canyon. So I guess life is what I make it, and I want to make it something nice. So that's it. That's the end of the saga. I'm glad you. I hope you got something out of it. I wish you strength in your similar journeys. Everybody's got people that die that they love, and yeah, good luck. It's a rough, hard, fulfilling journey that's full of ugliness and beauty and all sorts of stuff. And I'm glad I was there. Thanks for listening. Hi y'all, it's Sunday, June 10th, 2012, and I was just down here in LA visiting my dad and my mom. It's been a really nice weekend, and I just wanted to briefly ask my dad if he had any suggestions, any wisdom about life to share real quick with any of my friends watching this. So,
You want me to tell something about the future?
Say whatever you like to help people get through this time.
If you guys remember your history in high school, it's called feudalism. Look out for corporate America. Look out for the presidents that are involved. And look out for the lobbyists, because they all have an agenda. Keep them poor, pregnant, and stupid. That's what I have to tell you.
All right.
That's what I have to. Oh yeah, Monsanto. Kick them in the ass.
All right. Well, thanks for your words, and thanks for a nice visit, and I'll see you next time I'm down.
Love you, mijo.
It's Rob. It's December 25th, 2011.
I can't help it.
And I'm here with my dad, and I'm here. We're actually at Chantry Flats. Chantry Flats is in the mountains near my old house in San Gabriel, and we decided just to take a trip up here and get away from it all for a few minutes before the family craziness starts, Christmas family craziness. And I think first time I was up here, I was about 6 years old, right? You gave me a ride on
Suzuki?
On a Suzuki motorcycle.
What was it, 80? I think it was 80, whatever.
It was 80 cc?
Yeah.
No, it was a 125.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. Yeah, I rode up here on the back of my dad's 125 Suzuki.
You were in the front and not in the back. You was like a bicycle sitting there.
Wow. So yeah,
a little precarious.
Yeah, I bet. And that was the first time I came up here, and then throughout my teenage years, we kind of used this as a party spot.
Show them where the party spot was.
Yeah, down here you can't really see it. It's blocked by the trees, but there's a there's
Show
a
'em the road how to
yeah,
get there.
yeah, there's a water tower down there, and what we would do is first we'd get to somehow procure some alcohol, pimping it in whatever way we needed to, then head on down to the water tower down there, and we would sit there and drink and BS, and made it home safely, luckily.
Show them the road we used to go up.
So my dad actually is an avid biker, and he rides.
Just around the bend, buddy.
My dad rides bikes up here. It's been a couple years, but he's ridden several years up to the top, like this fella right here. He's this road is really steep, and
I'd say it's at least a 14% grade.
yeah. So my dad is a real strong biker still, and still able to do that kind of thing. So we're just up here sharing a moment, and we just wanted to say happy holidays to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well and having some good family time. And
Day's not over. You were gonna be more on your what do you call it, film.
we'll see.
Are we going straight up?
Yeah. Right now we're gonna go back up to the. We're gonna follow this road to the top and see what there is to be seen. And anyway, everybody have a Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, all those things, whatever it is, Happy Flying Spaghetti Monster Day or whatever you want.
Spaghetti Monster. That's a good one.
It is. All right. Take care.
Happy Monkey Day.
Happy Monkey Day.
Little wolf. Woof, woof. What do you want for birthday? What do you want for your birthday? Tell me what you want. You got it.
Today's her 3-week
I know.
birthday.
We talked about that on the way. And then we saw your posts. I'm like, she's 3 weeks today.
Look at her. She's so comfortable.
She likes the camera. Oh no.
She's a camera bug.
The social media queen already.
Hello. 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 Hello.
She's completely relaxed.
I took her to the show.
In closing, I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of it. And I guess something I try to remember every day is that we are all going to die. And that's somewhat depressing or life affirming, depending on the way you decide to look at it. And, it varies, it fluctuates for me. But in general, I use it as a springboard to really embrace my life and do all the things I want to do, say all the things I want to say, and just like grab hold of every moment and savor it and just recognize the little beautiful things in your life that make it worthwhile. Right now I'm standing in a park. Sun is on my face, not a cloud in the sky. I can feel the wind on my skin. I hear the kids playing in the playground next to me. It's very nice, and I'm grateful. So, thank you for watching, and make sure you stay grateful for all those little things and embrace all of life.